Calum, your thoughts on the game?
We decided the direction it went in a negative sense with the goal that we've conceded. I thought we started really well, had a string of corners in and around our penalty area, and then I think we've given a team that have come to potentially try and nick something from a set piece goal. I thought it was poor to give away, didn't defend it properly, and then the second half becomes an attack versus defence, but we were huffing and puffing. I did think we deserved something out of the game for the sheer amount of ball in the areas we got in, but this is a game we needed to be winning, and it's very much 2 points dropped. I think that really means it's 4 points dropped, because we needed to get more out of these 2 games, in my opinion, on the face of it. I think Telford are a team that are improving. I think you can see that over the last 3 or 4 games.
They're well organised.
Yeah, they were, and they needed to be, but if we, I've got to find the answers to our home games, and I think that lands on me. I don't think I set the team up today in the way that gave us the best possible chance of winning the game.
I suppose it's fairly predictable that they were going to pack midfield, which is what they did.
Yeah, they've restricted central areas, have done it really well with 3 centre halves, 3 centre midfielders, and the 2 centre forwards. They put bodies in there. We tried to play with a little bit more width than what we had done, and I think that went away from some of the basics we've done really well. I just think it can serve as a really healthy reality check. I mean, this has been, trust me, a really tough week in the build up to the Boxing Day game, and then this, and I've probably really felt that this week for the first time this season, that we are a team, a club that were in 16th position last season. We've had an unbelievable run that has propelled us to 5th in the league, and it's all very exciting. But with the nature of the team that we've got, with some of the young players, with where we are, there'll be bumps in the road, and it looks really frustrating. And we can have our criticism today or Boxing Day, whenever it is. Got to be pleased with where we're at after the 24 games. We are 2 points ahead of a target that we'd set. I think I'm just disappointed that with the big crowd on today, trying to reward them on the back of a really tough week. Maybe just want a little bit more, but I'll certainly be looking at myself first before we're too critical of performance and critical of players.
They go to 9 men. I mean, just talking to Kevin Wilkin prior to you coming up here, he didn't really have an issue with the first sending off. I think it was more the second sending off he had an issue with.
I think it's for time wasted in the second yellow, and I've never seen that done before. It was a bit after the horses bolted, wasn't it, in the 92nd minute? And I'm not one of those that's critical. Why would Telford come here and speed the game up? The emphasis is on us to win the game, and for me, should we be winning it 1-0? Should we concede the goal that we do? That's probably the question. Should we create more? Should we do more with the chances? We've got to really reflect and analyse, because for us, do we start talking about potentially being in a playoff position? And yes, Chester Football Club should be in a playoff position, because we are a big club at this level. That's where we want to aspire to be, not because Chester City were in the league. And there's got to be real reality and reflection with real positivity about where we are at the moment and where we're going. But for us, we probably need 31 points to achieve a playoff position in the next 22 games. We've got 11 home games, and we need to really start putting points on the board at home, because I think, having seen a lot of the home games, that was quite similar to what you'd seen. Not against Gloucester was obviously another case, but Leamington to drop points, maybe scraped against Bradford, maybe underwhelmed in some of the early sort of rounds of the cup. So I want to really reflect on that and make sure that what I'm putting out there for the players is the best version of what we can be at home, because we really tried that today. You can see we did something different to what we have been for the last few games, trying everything to really seize the initiative. I thought we tried to do that in the early goings, but when you can see the goal that we have, the game then settles into a pattern, and you rely on, like I said, I think what's the goal, 93 minutes?
Yeah, well, 93, 94.
The players deserve massive credit for the character. The crowd deserve massive credit for staying right behind the team, and a hell of a lot of them in. But I think it's just a frustration of, we've got to unlock that pattern at home. That we go to Brackley, you know what that's going to be, a really tough test. We then have Curzon Ashton here, Peterborough Sports here, Alfreton here. Those games, either side of those away games, we've got to make sure. But I think the players deserve massive credit for the position that they've put us in. And it's about improving in that second half of the season. But important to reflect, it's really good being excited and getting carried away. We're in a fantastic position, a position that I don't think many people gave us certainly no one tipped us to be there. So for us, it's about trying to consolidate that. But I think it's disappointing to have only got 2 points out of the bank holiday fixtures.